Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to our first webinar of this series. Thank you guys for joining us. I am enjoying these series. If you're not or have any suggestions for me, let me know because I tend to like what I like. So if there's something that you like or want me to bring a guest, answer a question, any of that, please feel free to reach out and let me know. I love feedback. Good, bad, ugly. Don't ever wear a Green Bay jersey again. Whatever. Just talk to me.
I will say that most of these webinars that Heather does, I would say like 90% of them are in the non-PBM revenue, cash-based revenue type of thing. And we just did a survey of our members, and a bunch of them responded. And I don't have like all the percentages yet, but a whole bunch of it was like, we're interested in non-PBM revenue. So that is exactly like what we're putting together for you in these different webinar series. The Profit Playbook is going to be no different from that respect. You know, we might pick some other topics for everything, but a lot of them are non-PBM revenue because those are things that you can usually like turn on with the flip a switch.
Right, right. So with every webinar, this is an open conversation. If you have questions, pop them in the chat and we will answer them live. Mike will hop on, Lisa or myself will hop on. So let's start off the Profit Playbook. Now, go for it.
Yes. So those of you, some of you are on and you're members, a lot of you aren't. I've been sneaking out speaker and topic stuff to our members for a little bit now, but we are starting to announce our speakers and topics. So you guys will get emails kind of detailing out all you guys. But let me tell you, I am so freaking excited. I almost can't wait till March because of the content that we're putting together for the Pharmacy Profit Summit. AI, we're going to have AI when it comes to operations. We're going to have AI when it comes to marketing. I mean, like, I've dove into the pool of AI. AI or Die is those series. We're going to be talking about hiring Playworks, hiring done for you, delegation. Atiba, my new BFF, he is the king of delegation, literally wrote the book on it. He's going to be coming in, workflow and efficiency, and of course, profitable non-PBM revenue streams, and a whole lot more. So get your ticket and reserve your seat, and we can see new deals. Plus, we're going to have a bunch of fun stuff like bull riding and some other Western stuff. As you can see, we have a Western theme going on this year, and we're going to have a lot of fun. So buy your ticket, pharmacyprofitsummit.com. If you are a member, listen to me. If you are a Pharmacy Badass University member, buy your ticket from the link inside the membership because you guys save money. So right now, members save $200 off their ticket. So please go in there and buy it from the members link. That way I don't have to refund, recharge, do the whole thing. So members, buy yours inside the membership because you all save money because you're members. So
very, very good.
And this is our pharmacy profit matrix. It's our first 3 steps anyways. And those of you that are members, hopefully this looks familiar to you all. For those of you that are not members, this is our framework for like how we help you have a kick-ass, continuously profitable pharmacy that you actually love owning. So today's content is right in the middle. It's in step 2, which is building strong business foundations. And one of my beliefs of a strong business foundation for independent pharmacy owners is OTC sales, right? Like I think so many pharmacy owners underestimate how much OTCs you can and should be selling because we have these blinders on and we forget that our customers are human beings and they're sold to by, there's a reason there's billion-dollar companies out there, and why Facebook makes so much money in ads. People are buying OTCs. They will buy from you. They would actually prefer to buy them from you. And so we help you multiply OTCs through training, obviously introduction to products, because you got a good product to sell, and the marketing and everything to go along with that. So if you want to watch this recording later and you're a member, you can go find it under the OTC sales multiplier. And then Heather, you want to talk about?
I do. So as you guys know or heard Lisa and I talk about, our mission is super simple. Save every single pharmacy in the United States. I mean, super simple, right? So this is truly our mission. This is what gets us up in the morning. This is what keeps us up late at night. This is what we work on. So you guys know that Lisa and I attend mini masterminds. We were traveling together a few weeks ago, and she said, "Hey, I'm going to do this thing to you and you're going to hate me." And I said, "Okay, tell me what it is." And she said, "I want to have 1,000 members by the end of November, because as we grow members, we will be able to grow our network stronger. That means more networking. That means better discounts. That means just a plethora of better, because we're better when we're together." So I am challenging you. I'm like taking some of my challenge and challenging you, begging you to help me. Send referrals. If you're not a member, start out at our $100 membership and really dive into those newsletters that you get. They're fantastic. They are a deep dive into one topic that you can take through. It's not just a cheater to get you to buy a higher level. It is truly something that you will learn and your team can learn from just for that $100. And on the back end of that, we are building a members only discount library. We are thriving to have the deepest membership discount library out of any organization in the pharmacy industry, period. I am working my fanny off on it. We've got great partners. You guys know our exhibitors and our partners are fantastic. So we're building that for you. So our goal is to make that $100 membership absolutely paid for, or you actually get money back by paying us the $100 in the discounts. So if you're not a member, become a member, scan that little QR code. If you can't figure it out, email me, I will help you. Or if you are a member and you love what's happening and you know a pharmacy owner that could use the help, refer them to us. If you're a member, you have a link inside of the membership that you can use for referral, or a good old email introduction to Lisa and I is always great too. We're here to answer any questions, but 1,000 by the end of November. So thank you. And I'm done now.
Crazy. All right. So let's start off our fantasy profit ball. That is what we were calling this, right? Like, yes. Should have my daughter with their cheer costume going on. So Heather and I, we figured we'd go through and we would draft our fantasy profit ball teams from an OTC standpoint. And the reason we're focusing on OTCs, yes, I love high profitable prescription drugs. There's there's a lot out there. But there's a barrier to getting those. You got to have the doctor on board. You got to, maybe it's not covered. You got to try 10 and you hit one. But when you hit the one, you make $1,000 or something, like, great. But OTCs, you all control OTCs. You can create your own demand of the OTC. You can sell directly to the consumer. You can tack it on to the people that are already getting prescriptions. Like, it is such just lower hanging fruit. So we are creating our fantasy profit ball drafting for our OTCs. Now, I didn't want to annoy the crap out of you all with like the drafting music, because Heather and I, we definitely know our fantasy football drafting. So our game plan for you today is Heather and I are each going to share with you our pick for our quote unquote star player. This is your #1 profit driver. This is the product that, if you were to blow up your OTC counter, what is the first thing I'd add back to it? So that's kind of where we'll start you off with. We'll also add in each of our picks for supporting players. These are reliable profit boosters that have good demand, tend to be easier to sell to, highly effective. Your patients are going to love them. And then we'll talk about our sleeper picks, some of the things that are often overlooked. People heard about it, but they, sometimes they're not very sexy. They don't jump on it. Or it's just not maybe super popular, but dang, like, when you put it on your shelf, they actually work. So those of you who play fantasy football always know you start with your quarterback or running back, and then you go to your, tight end and wide receivers. And then, you hope to get somebody in the late rounds or in the late pick that, might become a star. So that is what we're doing here with our profit ball game plan. So star players up first. I think I'm up first here. So again, the MVP of my lineup, those of you who watch my webinars and listen to me talk could probably guess this. But my star player is the nitric oxide from Approved Medical Solutions. Now, I am very, very particular about what nitric oxide product I recommend. I was actually talking to a local owner of a men's hormone clinic here in town the other day. Our daughters are on the same cheer team. And we were chatting, and I was like, oh, do you guys recommend nitric oxide to your men? And she's like, oh, I've been looking at that. And there's a lot of brands out there, right? Like I have nothing against the other brands. But here's the thing that most people, and you as clinicians, those of you who are pharmacists will understand this, is most nitric oxide products come from spinach, arugula, beets, these plants, which are like great, natural. But those plants have oxalates in them. And so for about 30 to 40% of the population, depending on ethnicities and whatnot, could be as low as 15%, but as high as 40, patients are predisposed to having kidney stones. Now, I was taking another brand of nitric oxide, was taking it, loving it, love nitric oxide. One of the reasons it's my all-star is you feel the difference. Your patients will feel the difference. But guess what? I got kidney stones. And so I started researching, like, what the heck changed in my life? I never had them before, never came up. Well, come to find out, my nitric oxide supplement had a boatload of oxalates in it. And that most likely what was causing my kidney stones, because when I stopped it, I stopped having kidney stones. So our good friends over at Approved Medical Solutions, I was telling the story to, and they're like, oh, we'll formulate an oxalate-free version. So that is why right on the label, it says undetectable oxalates. Now, for half of the population, it's not going to matter. But I know as a pharmacist, when you recommend something, you don't want to cause harm. Like, you don't want to cause an unwanted side effect. So I only recommend AMS from a public viewpoint when I'm spouting on social media or whatever, because I know it's not going to cause any harm, but it's going to cause all the good stuff, which is increased blood flow, metabolism, energy, focus, all the things. Like, seriously, like anything. We're creating this whole OTC category thing, and literally almost every single one except for pediatrics, it's like nitric oxide. So all your weight loss patients, your cardiac patients, your high blood pressure patients, your diabetic patients, your wellness patients, your athletic patients, like the whole shebang. That's why AMS nitric oxide is my favorite. It does really well in my Oklahoma store, which is in a low income, blue collar, the kind of town that most people are like, oh, I can't sell supplements. It flies off our shelf. Our mechanics, I think our mechanics are probably our biggest users of it, because they physically work all day. They notice it. They're like, I am not giving this stuff up. And they became repeat purchasers very quickly. So that was mine, all-star. We'll go
very good,
Heather's
very
now.
good. Now, the same, if you've heard me talk for 1 minute of my life, you know that this is my absolute favorite product. And there's a few reasons why I love this product. The number one reason, honestly, is it makes me pretty. So I say that because there's so many probiotics out there. There's so many choices. There's so many different formulations. Even Nudora has 3 formulations that are very specific formulations. One's for just basic gut health to make you pretty. That's the orange one. That's the one I love. Then there's one for brain activity and one to help with more help with your digestive system. But this one is easy to sell to someone who isn't looking specifically for a probiotic. They may not know what they need. They could be having terrible skin. They could be having all of these other issues. And when I happened upon Nudora, it was literally because my face was so red every day. I hated being on camera. I suffer from rosacea and a few autoimmune things. And I've been taking Nudora for 4 years now, Lisa, 3 years now.
Long time.
I look younger. It's the absolute truth. So it may not always be the sales talk of do this for your gut health, do this for your gut health. Try and think of the problems or the pains that are really affecting folks. If I were to go into a pharmacy 4 years ago with my embarrassed face and someone said, hey, this probiotic can help your skin, I would have bought it then. So I picked this number one because I love it and I use it religiously. I buy it for myself. I don't even get it free anymore. I pay for this. um, Hootan, if you want to send me more, that's fine. But I really buy it. But it solved a problem for me that I thought was completely unsolvable. And I didn't connect the two. So you guys have that great information. You understand that gut health regulates your whole body. It starts the whole body, and it could be the problems with skin. So it's a great time to flex that muscle, especially to show your community how absolutely smart you are, that these products have other causes other than just helps an upset stomach and make sure you go to the bathroom regularly. So that's really why I picked this one. And I mean, look at my skin, guys.
Well, I like both of these products because they actually work. I truly don't know anybody that's taken Nadora that it was like, I didn't see any difference. It's been 4 weeks and I noticed nothing. Like everybody notices something. It's either because it's inflammation. That's really like the underlying. And those of you that are pharmacists understand that almost the cause of anything wrong in our lives is inflammation. And so when they put together the blend of things that calm that inflammation, and for you, it was your rosacea and your skin and the redness. But for others, it's, oh, my fingers don't hurt as much, or hey, my gut is better, or, like it manifests differently in people. So, but the AMS, nitric oxide and the Nador, like people feel the difference. And so that makes repeat buys so much easier. And so that's why I think these are their star players. So, all right, we will move on to our supporting players. These are your wide receivers and tight ends for you football folk. All right. Mine is NAD. This NAD supplement by J Infinity. NAD is only getting hotter. As you guys have probably attended some of the earlier webinars, as the GLP-1, started drying up, as they went off the shortage list and things in that, people were looking like, what do we switch to? And NAD is definitely hot. It's being driven a lot by the telemarketing companies. And so, some of you are buying from a 503B like Olympia and selling NAD, but some of you are like, well, our patients aren't quite sure about the injectable, or Olympia is going to come out with a liquid version, so it'll be a lot cheaper than that, but the oral, I heard NAD isn't effective orally, like tell me about this. So this is the only oral NAD that I recommend because Dr. Shi, and I won't even try to pronounce his first name, but Dr. Shi is literally like the world-renowned like research scientist on NAD. He has studied NAD for like 50 years. And so this is his formulation that is proven to be absorbed. NAD, generally speaking, is not an absorbable from the gut health because the acid and everything just obliterates it and whatnot. So this one is proven to be absorbed. He actually even has the blood test, which is why I actually love this, because just like the nitric oxide I didn't mention, but it has a little saliva test that you can test patients, and that's basically how we sell it. And we're like, oh yeah, you're low, you need this, like try it out and see if it fixes your problem. This one has a blood test too. This one's blood, it's not saliva, so it's not as easy, but you buy the kit, the patient does the finger stick, so they don't have to go to a lab or anything, put it on the card, and it'll come back with their actual levels, and it'll give them the correct dosing based on their test. So some people need 1 scoop, some people need 2 scoops, and then the recommendation is to test again and prove that it's working. So I've done this myself. I presented this at the summit. I think it was 2 years ago, my NAD journey. But this goes in my morning tea after it cools off, because I learned from Dr. Shi, you're not supposed to add it in hot, but it still worked. My levels actually still went up, but we'll get better levels if I put it in there once it's cooled down. So I add it to my tea kind of when I'm halfway done drinking it and it's not hot anymore. And it's pretty flavorless, has almost a little citrusy, so I like it in the tea. But it's a light flavor if anything. But this is a great way for people who don't want injections, don't want the price of injections, want something that's just super easy. This is my go-to NAD. So that is mine. My next one is Cofix RX. You can actually see my box down here. This is, I think I have 3 bottles around the house right now this time of year. Back to school, literally the week before back to school, we start pumping this in our kids' noses. It's an iodine spray, and they also have the throat. as well. Iodine, even, you don't have to be a clinician, before surgery and the TVs and movies, they slab iodine all over. Iodine kills bacteria and viruses. That's pretty much what you're doing. You're cleaning out your sinuses. Helps prevent you from getting sick or helps you get over from getting sick. So if you guys want something super easy that you're going to take and you're like, hey, I just want to make money and I got like $40 in my bank account, what would you do? I'd go with Cofix, especially for right now, this time of year. Put it by your register, get that little box. It opens up to where they can grab it. And I promise you, you will sell through that little case probably before you even like realize that you're sold out. Like people will buy it. It sells very, very well. So cold and flu season, but it's great for travelers, those executives that are always traveling, those athletes that just can't afford to get sick, all those kinds of things. People with the chronic sinus, people who live in Bakersfield, California and should move, to like Texas. Those are really good for. So,
and one thing I have to say about Cofix also is they've added a great member only discount.
Yes, we do. Yeah. I think most of these companies, we have member only discounts.
That is correct.
I think that might be just by accident or on purpose. I don't know. But this product, those of you who follow me on social media have seen that I posted. So I've gotten a labrum tear. So I've checked my bucket list of get a hockey injury without playing hockey. So I've done that. And part of my recovery is I am taking this product because it has BPC in it. So many of you ask about BPC. I will just say, no, you cannot compound with it. But yes, you can sell this over the counter. Don't even get me started on that. It's got the immune peptide to help you boost your immunity. It's got the probiotics, the prebiotics. Like it's got a ton of things wrapped into one product. And if you actually price it out, yes, the gut feeling is a little bit more expensive than like the other individual ones, but it's got like six or seven things all thrown in there. And so it actually comes out to be one of the most cost-effective products that they have. This picture is showing the unflavored, but they actually have some really good flavors. I think it's like mango, citrus, something. I add it to that same tea too. So when my tea is half cooled, I add my scoop of NAD and I add my scoop of gut feeling. And so you can use this for people who have an injury and they're trying to heal. Anybody with gut issues, autoimmune disorders, because that KPV in there is going to help with that. People who are just experiencing that inflammation, that it's just like something's wrong, but I'm not really quite sure. Anybody who wanting to optimize their health, this is definitely one of those. So that kind of rounds out my supporting players. And yes, we have a membership discount also with integrated peptides.
Yeah.
All right, your turn.
Now mine is an oldie but a goodie. This one is probably our least sexy product, and I am A-okay with that because I have a household of asthmatics and it keeps our lungs fantastic. And also during the winter time when those cruddy chest infections, and we had even a baby with RSV last year, the elderberry syrup definitely helped us. It's something that people don't widely know about. They think they know about it, but they don't. So it's a great opportunity to do social media videos on it. It's a great way to market it and really, again, show your education through marketing. But this product, it's homegrown, it's organic. Literally, when you come to the conference, you meet the family who stirs it. And Jen is kind of a badass herself. So in my head, she's just mixing big vats of it, which is probably not the truth at all. But it's just a fantastic product. It keeps your lungs healthy. But if you do get a cold, it helps you get over it quicker. And so I personally love it. And I've seen it do well in some of the pharmacies that I coach, particularly, like I said, during cough and cold and RSV and croup and yucky lung season is what it's called.
Yeah. And when your kids get sick, seriously, might have been sick for almost 3 weeks now. They still got that lingering cough and, we're still doing things, but the noroviruses and things like that, we're not giving the antibiotics, you're not doing this. It's like, yes, we give them, breathing treatments and all this, but man, I shoved that elderberry syrup in them. And this year I actually ran out and I had to reorder because I usually I start the Cofix and the elderberry like at the beginning of school.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized I had to reorder and restock everything, and but it's a lot of people, you get people that are like, prescription, and then you get the people that are like natural, and then you're getting the people that are like, I'll just take a little bit of like whatever works. And so I think elderberry like appeals to those people who want either natural, or they're like, I just want the best of all the worlds, whatnot. And it does really, really well. And to answer Ken's question about KPV is what I would consider an immune modulator, kind of a little bit like low dose naltrexone. So it's anti-inflammatory, prevents like overreactive immune system. But mostly most people think of it as like lowering the inflammation. So hopefully that answers your question.
One more thing about the elderberry syrup, it tastes good. So
it does taste good. Kids don't complain about it.
Yes, you will not have to tackle your children to get them to take it. My next is one of, again, my personal favorites. It's probably just all my personal favorites, quite honestly. But I've seen this sell so well by the counter, because the inventory space needed for this product is so little. People pick it up and instantly buy it. Now, you will have to explain to them a little bit that you can spray a vitamin into your mouth and it works. And oftentimes it works much better than it going all through your digestive system. But this, I take most of them every single day. Definitely the B12, because I've had gastric sleeve surgery. So there are whole niches that you can sell this product to. You have more people in your community that need vitamins not to go through their digestive tract than you realize. So these vitamins are fantastic. You spray it in your mouth, literally like a Bianca, like a breath spray, 8 sprays, and it works fantastically. The B12 is the methylated version B12. So it works for everybody across the board, even if you have that funky MFer.
Mother effer, MTH. I also will say there is a whole thing that even if your patients, haven't had gastric surgery or whatever, like there's a whole pill fatigue, thing out there. And even myself, who loves supplements, there's sometimes you're just like, ugh, I gotta swallow these pills. And so that's why I like the sprays.
Yep. That's me too. My grandkids make fun of my pill collection. And so does everybody else. But this truly helps take away some of that pill fatigue that I get. I just hate taking them. So try it. Also, I cannot stress this enough. It can sit by the register. You can now make this a great
impulse,
an impulse buy. So that's my biggest point of that.
Yep. All right. Last one for you.
My last one is, and Life Cycle, you're going to see them coming up too, but they are just that good. So mushrooms, when we first got these, I thought, okay, this is going to be ridiculous. But still, I am Mikey. I try everything. I tried them one day, instantly messaged Lisa. I don't feel jittery. I feel awake. So every day I take the cordyceps and the lion's mane in the morning. It gave me the feeling my eyes were awake and I could pay attention and I was more aware, not like a Red Bull, let's go lift weights in the weight room kind of energy. And I've had the other, other folks tell me that as well. The sleep one is fantastic. No hangover in the morning. It does not act like melatonin at all. No crazy dreams.
I can't take melatonin. I have tsunami dreams. Whenever I take melatonin, I guaranteed to have a tsunami dream.
Yes. No feeling melatonin hangover in the morning. So I just love all of these products, but I'll tell you what makes me put these in as a supporting player. They market heavily anywhere, everywhere. They are all over TikTok. They are doing ads. They market so well that you will benefit from that. So they are definitely an ad.
And they're getting the professional athletes. That's yes. Football.
Yes. No, they often go on the field with San Francisco.
Yep.
So this is definitely an as seen on TikTok product. This is definitely have you been wondering about these mushrooms? Come in and talk to a pharmacist and we can talk a little bit further. This is definitely one of the products that it not just does good, but they do marketing for you that you can piggyback on and reap the benefits of.
Yep, I completely agree. And that is why my sleeper picks. All right, these are the sleeper picks. These are the things that you've probably seen before, maybe, or maybe you just overlooked it, but they work. They work, and so people, like, the word of mouth starts to create its own like story. Those of you that are old like me remember BioFreeze, like back in the day. Like I remember like early 2000s or whatever. It's like all of a sudden people are like buzzing about BioFreeze in the same category. So Little Miracle Pain Spray. Absolutely, hands down, I recommend you have this in your pharmacy. Make it to where there's a tester, because as soon as you spray it on, people are like, whoa. And there's like a feeling, yes, it's got like the camphor menthol kind of like feeling, but there's almost like something else in there. I mean, I forget the ingredients, but it's the feeling, like you feel it. People buy it absolutely immediately. Like very rarely does anybody like spray on a test and like then not pick up the bottle and buy it. So have this up somewhere. I usually keep this around in my Oklahoma pharmacy by the like waiting area. That way people feel like they could take their time and like spray and like let it sit and let it feel. So hands down, I love Little Miracle Pain Spray. And it's good for any pain, whether it's a, bug bite, acute or chronic. My knees hurt and I'm, 60 years old and my knees hurt. It literally works across the whole board for acute or chronic. And I highly, highly recommend it. Seriously. My last sleeper, this is I think the only duplicate of Heather and I's, is Life Cycle. So, but mine is actually a little different. In talking with the Life Cycle people, we talked about how much we love the energy and the focus and blah, blah, blah. They made a combined product. So, and this is brand new. It's energy and focus. Like, who does that, right? Like, who does energy and focus? And I'm one of those people that I'm not necessarily opposed to caffeine, but caffeine never wakes me up. I always say it works like from the neck down. I could probably slam like 10 espressos and I'll feel it from the neck down, but I'll go to sleep. Like it just doesn't work on my brain. And so when I have those days as a mom of 4 and business owner and pharmacy owner and all the other things, I have to turn to something else, kind of like boost, because caffeine just doesn't do it for me. And so I have been, ever since the summit, I have been using the Life Cycle. They gave everybody at the summit samples, hoping to get them to do that again this year, even though we'll have like twice the people. But they made a combo product that is both the energy and the focus. So frankly, you can't get better than that. It also has the alpha GPC, which helps with like memory and like brain health. Like it's just kind of an all-in-one. And this became my favorite new product that they just came out with. Even though it's gummies, I'm actually not a gummy person. I actually hate gummies. So I honestly pick it apart and just swallow. Like I don't know. I have a thing with gummies in my teeth, but I just break it in half and swallow, and it's perfectly fine. But I love it. I love it as a combo product, and tastes good for the 5 seconds it's in my mouth, and it actually works. So that's my other sleeper pick. And then my last one is Vinco's Adrenal Forte. So you all are stressed the F out, right? Like raise your hand, who's stressed, right? Raise your hands, type it in here, stressed. Like we're all stressed, whether it's your business, your home life. Yeah, Ken, you're stressed. Like, as somebody who's been dealing with I've had chronic acute health issues for like the last 3.5 years. And, one of these days I can explain that all to you guys. But we're all just stressed the F out, right? We are just overwhelmed with all the things, parenting, whatever, I guarantee you 90% of you on this webinar, your adrenals are just shot. And that's why you have a lot of low energy. It's why you have a lot of focus. It's why you're getting sick. It's why things aren't healing the way they're supposed to. I've been an adrenal person in the sense of, I remember Dr. Wilson's adrenal program from like 20 plus years ago. It was one of the first functional things that I ever did. And then partnering with ZRT to do the saliva test for the cortisols and this and that. There's a lot of adrenal supplements out there. price ranges all over. Hands down, I've looked at a lot of them. I've actually started retaking my adrenal stuff because of my labrum tear. Vinco's hands down is the best bang for your buck. That's why I added it in here. The ingredients they got and the amounts they have them in and how much it costs, it is far and away the best bang for your buck. When I compared it to Dr. Wilson's, who's the original like godfather of adrenal stuff, and his supplements are great, nothing against them. It's just to get the same, I had to do 3 different products, which meant three prices, a lot of pills. And when I compared it to Vinco's, there's one. So that's why this is my sleeper pick. So if you're dealing with those burned out people, right? Whether it's burned out pairing, burned out executive, menopausal women, chances are it's their adrenals. So this is going to help you fix a lot of the issues, not just mask them. You know, some things make you feel better, like the life cycle makes you feel better, but let's be honest, it's not fixing anything, right? Like you don't have a deficiency of mushroom. It just kind of helps you feel better and get over it. This one actually will help you fix your patients and help fix their adrenals. Fix yourself first, people. Take your own medicine first, fix yourself, feel like Wonder Woman, then go fix all your patients. So that is my last sleeper pick.
And then one thing I'd like to add about Vinco, Lisa, is their minimum to start white labeling. So if you wanted to be, you know, Dr. Lisa's adrenal forte is 12 bottles is their minimum if you wanted to hop into the white labeling. So that's
the lowest white labeling ever.
Yep. So that's my marketing tip for this one.
Yep.
Okay. So this one is fantastic. Everybody and their mother, every day of their lives now, since, I don't know, the last 5 years or 10 years maybe, is trying to get 100 grams of protein in their bodies a day. This is by far and away the easiest way to do it. I take 4 of these a day. but I'm on a much different health journey than everybody else. Do not follow what I do. But I'm telling you, this is the easiest way to get protein highly
absorbable, fully absorbed within 15 minutes.
Thank you. Highly absorbable protein into your body throughout the day. They have this one. They also have one with caffeine. I take one of each in the morning as my breakfast, or my first meal as my breakfast, and it keeps me going all day. These are fantastic. They have new marketing out that says that we don't taste like birthday cake, but we never claim to be. I love that. I love that they have kind of edgy marketing that you can tag onto. This company will also send you marketing as well. It's not a big inventory load to keep it. You can put it by, really, you could put it where you have like Gatorades or BioLite, things like that, or right by the register again as an impulse buy for people to try. But hands down, the easiest way to get protein in folks' body. I love it. I can't say enough about it.
Yeah. So bringing up water polo in sports, Frog Fuel was originally designed by Navy SEALs. My son, who's the water polo player, he's going to be going to Barcelona next year. Like, I think he's going to have an entire luggage that's just Frog Fuel. But all of the athletes in your town, talk to all your sports, your football sports, your high school sports, all those things. Frog Fuel is so perfect for that athlete, even the weekend warriors, but definitely for those people who are trying to high performance. My son drinks probably on average 2 of these a day. I'm sure sometimes it's 1. And then when he has tournaments, he's drinking 1 after every tournament or after every game. So that's who I think your target audience. Perfect for weight loss, especially weight loss surgery, but people who are trying to lose weight without muscle wasting. So if you're GLP-1 patients, other weight loss patients, yes, they're greatly reduced on calories. And that's why this is so important, because they're getting 15 grams of protein of as stripped down in calories as possible. And when you ask about how it tastes, the first time you taste it, almost kind of like your kombucha or anything that's just kind of weird. That first taste is kind of like, oh, I okay. And it's almost like, I don't know if I like it or don't. The second taste, it's almost tasteless. Like, it's almost, my son, who's the 15-year-old, he likes them all. Actually, the only one he doesn't like is the pre-workout one, because it has like it has other supplements in there, and he
Yep.
takes the nitric oxide and B complex anyway. So we just got it to like taste it. That's the only one that he's like, oh, I kind of have to like shove that one down. But the regular ones, he'll scoop it up like an applesauce pack. Like he just sucks it up and whatnot. So highly recommend it. Yeah, definitely target for your high performers, whether mental high performers, your high performer athletes. You know, when you do those sponsorships with high school, so many of you do sponsor sports teams, whether it's your high school team or club teams or whatever. Give them a case of frog fuel as like a part of that. Make them take the pictures and like videos of them like drinking it and stuff. Post that all on your social media. I guarantee you people are going to be coming in and they will buy the frog fuel. And you can either sell it by the pack or you can sell it by the case. So
the case. Right. And Lisa, you talked about weekend warriors. If you have bicycling communities, triathlon communities, runners in your communities, they are looking for this. This isn't something that you even need to introduce to them. They are looking for it.
Yep.
And then my last one kind of has gone through a little rebrand. It used to be marketed. This is the KRT Control Cream. And it used to be marketed as a menstrual health cream. And it worked great for that. But what they found out is it works great everywhere. So our friends have rebranded it as an all over the place muscle cream, and it works fantastic. The Olympic swim team uses it, so it's waterproof. It works well. I use it when I have not been walking like I'm supposed to as part of my daily exercise. My back hurts incredibly bad because my posture is so bad when I begin to walk. It helps so much. I put it on before I walk, and I'm not coming home complaining to everybody. My family loves it because they don't have to hear my mouth. But it works great, like on your legs, on the backs of your legs, your arms. I mean, it just is a great all over muscle pain reliever. So this one is really great. It's also something where, yes, the biofreezes are there, all of the competitors are there, but I think people like to try new stuff. And when you can show them that it works great, I would have a tester with this one as well. Let people try it right there and they'll buy it. It works great. So that
I will say, my thing I liked about this cream is the size that it comes in. It's compliant to pack in your carry-on. So I have those and I take it with me when I travel, or I just leave it in my luggage. I pretty much just use it there because we all wake up in the hotel beds and your neck is kinked and your back hurts or, that kind of stuff. So I actually keep this in my luggage. It never leaves my luggage because it's TSA compliant and they're small ones. So I actually like that because most of the creams are usually 4 ounces or 5 ounces and you can't put them in your luggage. So
yeah, and this company is super easy to work with. You need marketing materials, you need something to put it in. Like they're super easy and friendly to work with, so it's not a hassle.
Yep. Alrighty, that is your fantasy profit team. At least as Heather and I see it. I would love to hear like what you guys do. And honestly, so many of you have talked about wanting to increase OTC sales, do that kind of stuff. You could take exactly what we did. Now you could pick your own different products, like by all means, put them in your pharmacy that way. Put them in as like, your quarterback pick, and like have fun with it. It is football time. Whether it's high school, college, or pro, like football is everywhere. You don't get around. Well, I'm in Texas, so it's everywhere. So maybe that's, but you don't get anywhere without seeing football somewhere. So like, have fun with it. Put it to, your fantasy OTC team, personally picked by Ken. Like so many times I've talked to so many owners recently that want to increase OT sales and want to do this and think they have to like blow up their OTC area, or they have to talk to a design company and get new shelves. And it's like, I don't want you paying money for your OTC area until you're making money from your OTC area. There is no magical shelf that's going to make OTC sales fly up. There is no magical order of products or anything. The only thing that I will ever say that's magical is signage. Get people, make it easy for them to find the solution to their problem. And that's what you want to be thinking of. You don't want to be thinking of how you speak about it. You want to be thinking like, NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatories, oral pain medicine. People don't wake up saying, I want to buy an NSAID today. They're like, damn it, I'm going to the pharmacy and my back still hurts. And so when they see a sign that's like less pain, they're like, oh, that's what I want. So to me, the signage is the most important thing, is the only thing that you need to really focus on. Those of you that are members, even our basic members, you get access to our design templates. So you can go and you can customize them as you want. Obviously, our essentials and up members, we will customize them for you. You just got to turn in your request. But signage is probably the most important thing. But as Heather and I have mentioned several times, even just putting something by your register, right? Like just changing a few things up. You don't have to blow up the entire thing. Now, some of you do need to blow up your front end. I'll be fair. Like I visit a lot of pharmacies. Those of you with like 20 feet of greeting cards that, you make $5 a month on, there's a lot better things you could probably be doing with that. But most of you don't have to blow it up. Make those small changes, put the right signage. People will buy. They will buy from you. It is not like your community is the only one in the country that is not buying supplements. They're just not buying them from you because you're either not carrying the products they want, or you're not making it easy for them to decide which products. That's the other thing, is like, there are 1,000 supplements out there. I mean, Heather and I, we literally spend the majority of our day looking at supplement brand companies sometimes, I feel like. And you could be overwhelmed. And if you give your patients too much of a choice, they're going to be overwhelmed as well. And so the messaging that you want to put out is, hey, me, the pharmacy owner, I've decided, I've picked the best products. Here's our top 5. Pick a thing like weight loss. There's probably literally 1,000 supplements. Like, that's not going to help you make any money. You need to tell your customers, I've searched them all. I found the best ones. We've got some low end, we've got some high end, we've got some mixtures, but these are the ones that I've picked, I've curated. You're coming to me, you're in my community. I'm here to help. Like, position yourself truly as the expert, because that's what you guys are. All right. Like, you do not need to be Dr. Shi and world renowned and speak at the World Health, Organization on NAD to be an expert. You are an expert, and you guys know this stuff better than your community. And you deserve to have your community spend those dollars with you guys.
Absolutely.
So just real quick, remind you, get your Pharmacy Profit Summit ticket. I am so excited. It is, I don't know how, but I think it's even going to be the best one yet. I think it's going to be one of the most practical, truly like business operations and profitability. Seriously, I just like, it is going to be amazing. So, get your summit ticket, pharmacyprofitsummit.com. If you're a member, use your link inside the membership, so you save your $200 per ticket. And that is it. And if you're not a member, I invite you to become a member. Right now, as Heather said, I have a crazy goal to get to 1,000 members by the end of November. Because I'm on a mission to save pharmacies, and I can't do it with just having a few hundred members. I need lots of them. And then in turn, we can then negotiate even better discounts. So we have probably 30 companies, and Heather's going to aim to get that to about 50 that you get discounts with us. So you literally, this is the like no-brainer in pharmacy. You join us even at the $100 basic level, and even if you don't use anything else but just the discount, like, you will more than make up your money. But we have the Profit Vault newsletter, we have all of the templates, and we have the community chats where you get to chat with other pharmacy owners that are trying to be awesome too. And so it really is like the no-brainer membership at the $100 level. Of course, we have higher levels. We have our essentials level. That's the most common level that most pharmacy owners, that's the $400 level. That's where you unlock all of our trainings, all of our videos, past summit recordings, live calls. Like, you get the whole enchilada at the essentials level. But the basic level is really like absolutely no brainer, just unlocking those discounts that Heather has negotiated for you guys. You'll make more back in your $100 than you pay us. So that is my goal. So I invite you. We have a 90-day money back guarantee. I don't want if you hate being a member, like, I don't want your money, like, I'll give it back to you. So there really is no risk, no downside to joining. So
I love that. Also, if any of you hear any of our partners saying that I'm stalking them, believe it, it's true.
Yeah. It really is. It really is.
It really is.
Alrighty, guys, that is it for today's call. I don't see any other questions in there, but if you have one, feel free to pop it in there. Otherwise, I will let you guys go. Don't forget to make your fantasy picks before Thursday night games. Because they'll sneak up on you. And I don't want you to have like an empty slot or something, so make sure to set your fantasy picks and take a look at these profit picks, because these are really truly the ones that I think will fly off your shelf and put some money in your pocket. So
see you next time.
bye, everybody.
Bye.